Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this one, it's going to be a little bit heartfelt. After 7 years of being in this apartment, we are finally moving house, which means today I need to pack up my bookshelves. Now here's the thing, if this is the first video of mine you're watching, hello, welcome, my name is Christy. I'm a debut author and my novel is coming out next year in July. It's an atmospheric 1920s inspired novel about two women, one who wants to learn magic and one who is this bold and interesting and very cool witch, and you can pre-order it and it's on Goodreads and Storygraph and all of those things. So hi, if you're new here, hello. Yeah, basically a little bit of backstory. Home is a funny thing to me and I've moved house a lot, so I feel like I think in total I have moved house 25, somewhere between 25 and 30 times. Somewhere between 25 and 30 times in my life I have picked up all of my stuff and gone somewhere else. The shortest amount of time I've ever spent living in a place was about 18 hours. It was a rental property that was infested with huntsman spiders. That was the shortest period of time. I think I was 7. Because I moved so much as a kid, I can kind of really succinctly tell how old I was in any given memory based on the house I was in at that time. But I'm already started tearing up. The longest I've ever lived anywhere was this apartment. So we never meant to be here for 7 years. I remember when we moved in, we walked through here with a bunch of other people. And at the time I was a marketing assistant. I had a 3-month contract. Tyler worked in QA. We had just moved home after living in Japan. And I remembered looking at these windows. And I think I had just gotten to about 10,000 subscribers at that point. I remember looking at these windows and going, there's no way I'm hiding my address. The second we move here, it'll be me doxing myself. Like I was like, I knew straight away. I was like, there's no hiding those landmarks. And so when I uploaded my apartment tour, straight away people were commenting my address. But despite that, despite the fact that we have been here for 7 years, and in that time the channel has grown so much, I've never had anyone turn up at my house. I've never had anyone ring the doorbell. No letters have been sent, despite my address being extremely easy to find. I've never had a single problem. So I just want to say thank you to the internet for being good in that perspective, because again, people were sending me my address for a little bit there. Anyway, yeah, we moved in and I was like, it's okay, we're only going to be here for about a year. But because I had a short-term contract, basically we only got a 6-month lease when we first moved in. And then after that, we renewed for a year and a half. So I was like, oh, it's fine, it's totally fine. We're only going to be here for a year and a half. What could possibly happen? What could possibly happen? Yeah, so COVID hit and all of a sudden work became very precarious and we did the lockdowns in this apartment. By the time we could have moved, we were in a rental crisis and we were in a housing crisis, and we've had some of the worst inflation in the world here. And I was self-employed, so finding another rental after that became really difficult. And so we kind of just lived through all of the challenges of this tiny space where the windows don't open and the cooling problems are so bad in this apartment. I'm pretty sure, I don't actually know this is only alleged, I don't know anything, don't listen to me. Pretty sure the architect and the company who built this building are being sued because it's so bad. Like literally 7 months of the year, you feel like you're in an oven every day. It's like I have a headache every day. But we lived here because the rent was cheap and it afforded us the ability to go and travel, just to lock up and to go on all these amazing trips. And because the rent was cheap, it allowed me to become self-employed, it allowed Tyler to become self-employed. It put us in this position where we eventually managed to save and buy a house. So yep, after many, many years, we're finally leaving, and I'm really proud of us. This apartment has seen us through so much. This apartment saw me reach 100,000 subscribers. It saw me fail my first book, self-publish my second book, and then get an amazing publishing deal on my third book, my second novel, my first novel to be released. It's seen me start my fourth book, which is Project Spiegel Tent. It saw us adopt Mabel, our beautiful little puppy, and just so many wonderful and awful and brilliant and amazing and magical and terrible things that we've experienced over the course of the past 7 years here. I've been so grateful to be here, despite the fact that it's quite an uncomfortable apartment to live in, despite the fact that because the strata, we're not allowed to put up curtains, we're not allowed to dry our clothes on the balcony. Had rental inspections every 3 months for the past 7 years that were really strict, and thank God they even let us get Mabel. We're really, really lucky that they did, because again, rental laws in South Australia, very, very strict. But yeah, we are here today to start packing up these bookshelves. Now, if I go into any more anecdotes, I will start crying, because I think I haven't processed yet that we're actually leaving. But I need to pack up my bookshelves. I've been putting it off because I don't love change. Come along and join me. Let's start packing. I need to grab some boxes. I have put this off until the very end. So let's get started. I'm gonna try really hard not to cry. So in the end, I am going to be doing a voiceover for this particular section. I originally intended to take you guys through a little bit of a bookshelf tour, to speak about my books, to do all that sort of thing, which is quite funny because on one of the videos I just posted, someone requested that I do a new bookshelf tour, that I'm like overdue for it. And I think that's true. But the second I started packing up my bookshelves, I did get teary, and I wanted to spare you guys from the melodrama of that. So here we are doing a voiceover. I loved these bookshelves. I love this apartment. I love the configuration of all of this. But I'm coming to you now filming this voiceover from my new study. It's the summertime here. The window is open. The birds are tweeting. We've got magpies and kookaburras and lorikeets and so many beautiful birds. And the place where we live, I can't wait to show you. I didn't end up including any clips in this particular video, but for all of my drama and all of my tears, and mostly edited out tears in this video, I'm so happy about the move. I'm so happy about our new home. I'm very excited for the content I want to make next year. I'm excited for the books I'm going to write here. It was so lovely to be a 5-minute walk from the central markets, to be a 5-minute walk from my best friend, to be a 15-minute walk from the State Library of South Australia, from Rundle Mall. You know, I lived in this really beautiful part of the city. Again, the markets are such a special thing to me. So I loved where we lived, but there was of course so many stresses, like even down to trying to toilet train Mabel in the Southern Parklands, having to take her down an elevator, down a busy road, across the street, across South Terrace, down into basically the Veal Gardens at like 7 o'clock in the morning, having just woken up trying to toilet train a puppy. Like, it was just, everything in that apartment felt like it was on hard mode for a while now, because we'd been there for so long. We had outgrown it so many years before. And also, again, I work from home. I'm self-employed, so my home space is my work. It's where I spend all of my time, and we're only just moved in. Everything's a mess still, but I love where we live. I love our new home. The amount of space we have is insane to me. I keep losing my phone because I'm not used to having more than one room. And Mabel loves the garden. Like, she is so happy. So everything has just been really beautiful. But also, as I'm about to mention in this next clip, this time period was so incredibly stressful, and maybe I'll talk about it in a later video. But yeah, it was so many months of doing house stuff and trying to like manage work stuff as well, because obviously if you buy a house financially, that has all of these implications. Being self-employed for the both of us made this all so much more complex. So I got incredibly sick, and I've been sick for months. I'm fine now, finally, hopefully, touch wood, as of the recording of this video, but I was sick in total for about 2 months. It was like strep throat into bronchitis, into a cold, into food poisoning, into another cold, into something else. Like, it was just obscene, the amount of sickness I had on and off over the course of 2 months. But we're here in this beautiful place, surrounded by nature. I have never slept as well as I've slept in this house so far. I'm so happy. I'm so excited that we get to make this space really suit us. I'm so excited that I now have my own study and I can do some design stuff. I can paint things. I'm looking at wallpaper. So I want to show you guys like a lot of that process, and I'm very excited for the coming year. But I will say in this video, I was incredibly emotional because, as I said, I don't like change, and I hadn't even started processing any of this because I was so stressed doing all the other work, doing all the admin stuff, like organizing all of the logistics of moving, that I didn't feel the emotional outcomes until I switched on my camera, which is of course a great place to do all of your emotional labor. Anyway, I edited out all of the tears, but it was just tears of gratitude because I was so grateful to this apartment, and I feel like this apartment was my 20s. I have a lot of very happy and complex feelings. But anyway, for all of my sentimentality, I love this apartment, and I'm so excited about our new house and about all of the things that I'm going to make for you guys in this new space, which is probably going to be a lot easier to make stuff because we won't be like, I don't know, basically being baked in an oven every day of our lives. The apartment is empty, and I'm really sorry, but you're going to have to deal with my phone recording audio because my microphone is at home in a box somewhere. Wouldn't have mattered though, because you would have just heard echoing anyway. Clearly, as you can tell by the sound of my voice, which is still sickly, guys are probably sick of hearing about me being sick. I'm sick of being sick. In the words of my doctor, I'm just worn out and very unlucky to have gotten a bunch of different colds in succession. Moving house while being quite sick and on antibiotics, don't recommend. So we said our official goodbye here last night, and we ate dinner, and it was beautiful, and Mabel tried to eat a feather duster and it was fine. But the apartment is empty and my books are packed away, and this is the end of an era. We've been here 7 years, and so this apartment has basically been my channel. For you guys have seen me in this apartment for almost the entirety of me gaining subscribers. I had like 10,000 subscribers when we moved in. I hit 30k or something after the like my first writing routine that I ever did. That was my first video that really did well, aside from I did the Japanese apartment tour. That got like 500k. My writing routine hit 1 million. And it's the only video I've ever made to hit 1 million, and I did that not very long after moving in here. So this beautiful apartment, this beautiful, uncomfortable apartment has been such a big part of this channel. But my tears are all happy tears because I loved living here. And I'm gonna take a bunch of time off in December to just chill, to recover, to let my immune system go back to being an immune system, because clearly it's been a lot. But yeah, so part of why I'm so run down is because, as I said, we bought a house. Houses are not cheap. We are two very self-employed creative people, and most of the time, like, the housing economy in Australia is dog shit. It's so bad. It's so incredibly bad. So most of the people we know who have bought houses have done so because they've inherited money, or they've gotten some kind of leg up. We didn't have any of that. We didn't have any help. We didn't have any schemes, nothing. Tyler and I have just worked incredibly hard and saved so much over the whole time we've been living here. And again, part of the reason why we're here for so long is that our landlord was really kind enough to try and keep the rent as low as possible in a city that suddenly had a rental crisis as soon as COVID hit. So the rent that they're putting this place up for, like, the new people who will live here, they're going to pay so much more money in rent than we were paying. Like, the rent has gone up, to be clear, but it wasn't in line with the apartments in this city. So, like, because we were self-employed, it would have been really hard for us to get a new apartment, and it would have cost so much more money. So we're really grateful to our landlord because they were really kind to us and they tried to keep the rent prices down. And that is one of the things that helped us afford to save for a home, that helped us afford to, like, save for the holidays that we went on. And you know, it's been a really amazing 7 years here. Anyway, I'm going to take a few weeks off to read, to relax, to rest, to set up a new home. I'm really excited for the coming year. I'm really excited for the channel. I have so many cool ideas for next year, and I just feel really overwhelmed by how happy and how grateful I feel, and just how thankful I am to this place. I'm gonna stop now because I will properly cry. Anyway, thank you so very much for being here. I can't wait to see what content I make in the next house. Thank you for listening to me being over emotional and over sentimental and sensitive for the past however many minutes this video was, and for, again, how this audio must be. And also just a huge thank you to everyone over on Patreon for supporting my videos, because I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be able to make this stuff without the people over on Patreon. We have bonus content, bonus videos, writing updates, our Discord server, our book club. We have so many things over on Patreon. Take care, everyone, and I will see you next time in a new house. Bye-bye.